facing the police every single day.
For IDs.
Then I asked him,
turn that off. You can turn that off.
About an hour before this video was recorded,
I had a Halloween costume party.
Cordravius Crump and his friends were winding down from a Halloween party at his mother's house, just outside Senatobia.
Party went great. No problems, no nothing, no fights, no anything.
It was pre-dawn Sunday morning. The party was over, and most of Crump's guests had gone home, he says, except for two uninvited ones, in uniform, in his mother's kitchen.
before I could get halfway through my kitchen, they was already coming in.
Crump says they mentioned underage drinking, even though Crump says his guests had already left. Then the deputies asked for IDs.
Then I asked them nicely to step out. I said, well, then, I could talk to you, but can you step outside?
Crump's mother says the deputies refused.
So I cussed them out. I was like, you gonna get up out of my house because I did not tell you to come in here.
That's when Crump says he took out his phone and started recording.
You can turn that off. You can turn that off.
You're in my house.
Who are you?
The 20-year-old business major continues to record as the deputy on the right continues to demand he stop. Keep in mind, recording a police officer is not a crime.
You're going to turn that off and get that out of my face.
Why?
Because
This is his house.
I just told you turn it off. I'm not going to tell you again.
I felt violated. Being in my own home, too.
We were told the sheriff was at a funeral today, so we weren't able to get his take on this, but we followed up with an email and await his reply. The video rolls for only 49 seconds, because after a final demand to turn off his camera, Crump relents.
I'm going to ask you one more time, turn it off.
Why? Why, though? At the moment when he reached around his side, I didn't know what he was reaching for, so I just stopped recording.
Crump says it turns out the deputy was reaching for his handcuffs, but neither he nor anyone else at the house was arrested, and deputies finally left without placing anyone in custody or filing any charges. Nevertheless, Crump says his story should serve as a learning experience.
You can turn that off. You can turn that off.
For anyone else who finds themselves at the receiving end of these demands.
Learn your rights and don't let an officer scare you just because he has a badge and a gun.
In Tate County, Luke Jones, WREG News Channel 3.
Watch, mom walks into kitchen and finds two cops who then demand her son stop filming. While cleaning up after a party, a woman walked into her kitchen where she was startled by two cops who then demanded her son stop filming them. By Matt Agarist, October 17, 2018. Tate County, MS cops in America who swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, which includes free speech, are constantly caught in the act of violating that oath by attacking free speech. A glaring case out of Mississippi backs up this notion as two Tate County sheriff's deputies barged into a woman's home uninvited and demanded her son stop filming. The victim, Cordravius Crump, was cleaning up after a Halloween party that was full of clean fun at his mother's house when the police showed up about an hour later. Party went great. No problems, no nothing, no fights, no anything, Crump told WREG. As they were cleaning, the deputies, without knocking or even announcing themselves, walk into the house and startled Crump's mother in the kitchen. Crump said they mentioned underage drinking even though he said the party had already ended, and then said they asked for IDs, according to WHNT. I asked him nicely to step out. I said, well then, I can talk to you, but can you step outside, said Crump's mother, Carla Eccles. However, according to Eccles, the deputies refused to leave, a clear violation of their oath to the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. But these cops weren't done. Before they would leave, they'd violate the First Amendment too. So I cursed him out. I was like, you gonna get the expletive out my house cause I did not tell you to come in here, she said. At this point, Crump started filming. Just as soon as he turned on the camera in his own home, one deputy demanded he turn it off. You can turn that off. You can turn that off, barked the deputy. Crump did not listen to the officer, knowing full well it is legal to film the police, especially in your own home. However, Crump resisted the order to stop filming for just under a minute when he says he became fearful of what may happen if he didn't listen. At the moment when he reached around his side, I didn't know what he was reaching for, so I just stopped recording, Crump said. It turned out that the cop wasn't going to shoot him, but instead handcuff and kidnap him for filming. Luckily, however, having absolutely nothing to charge Crump or his mother with, no one was arrested. I felt violated, being in my own home too, Crump said. The actions of the officers were so egregious that Tate County Sheriff Brad Lance was forced to release a statement noting this. After a preliminary review of the Facebook video, as well as the video from the deputy's body cam, I can say that my deputy erred in ordering the individual to turn off his camera, Lance said in an email. All citizens have the right to film law enforcement in the performance of their duties except in a very limited set of circumstances. The department says they are currently investigating the deputies involved and plan to have more answers in about a day, according to WHNT. As TFTP has reported, it has been clearly established that all Americans have the right to record the police. For an officer of the law to remain willingly ignorant of this precedent is at best, dereliction of duty, and at worst, unlawful deprivation of rights. Either way, these cops were in the wrong. As the ACLU points out, taking photographs and video of things that are plainly visible in public spaces is a constitutional right, and that includes transportation facilities, the outside of federal buildings, and police and other government officials carrying out their duties. Unfortunately, law enforcement officers have been known to ask people to stop taking photographs of public places. Those who fail to comply have sometimes been harassed, detained, and arrested. Other people have ended up in FBI databases for taking innocuous photographs of public places. The right of citizens to record the police is a critical check and balance. It creates an independent record of what took place in a particular incident, one that is free from accusations of bias, lying, or faulty memory. It is no accident that some of the most high-profile cases of police misconduct have involved video and audio records. When police refuse to have their public service documented and this refusal morphs into a violation of their oaths, something has gone seriously wrong. No one should ever face persecution for their First Amendment rights, especially in the land of the free. Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County, and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.